Namaste G. My name is Saurabh and you're watching Temps पे Charcha. Humber versus Conestoga, which is better? आप सबको Temps की hot coffee ये $1 में मिल सकती है. The good, the bad and the ugly side of life in Canada.
That was the first Manlu DJ night in Canada.
Firstly, जब मैं Canada में आई, I thought $15 an hour would make you rich.
Today's episode features Mr. Ram Adhikari, who came here as an immigrant from Nepal, and how he's helping thousands of immigrants to settle here in Canada. So let's go and pick him up and get to know more about his journey here in Canada. So first of all, welcome to Temps पे Charcha, Mr. Ram.
Thank you so much for having me.
I have been waiting for this moment for a very long time. I hope that you're doing well now. You're well now.
Oh, just because in Delhi routines, I got busy.
Okay.
Last week you requested me to do it, but I'm sorry I couldn't make that time.
No worries. So I was just telling the audience that how you came from Nepal, and then you started your career over here.
Yeah, I came in 2011 as a permanent resident.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work back home as a biostatistician
Okay.
in a community hospital,
Yeah.
university, and then I came here as a federally skilled worker class
Mm-hmm.
and tried to settle down here. I used to work in university back home
Mm-hmm.
as a lecturer
Yeah.
from 2006 onwards, and then we applied in 2009
Mm-hmm.
and came in 2011.
Okay.
Weather is cold, but I enjoy this weather.
But you're from Nepal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that is what a lot of people ask me as well. That how do you find Canada? And I love it because I'm also from hilly areas, right?
Yeah.
So I love it here. It doesn't bother me as much as it does to probably other people from other parts of India, Gujarat, Punjab.
Yeah, they are hot places. So
Yeah.
I came from like mild conditions. I live most of the time in Kathmandu, so
Mhm.
the temperature is mild, not too hot, not too cold.
Okay.
So I'm loving here. I loved here from day one. Yeah.
That's good. So because it's Temps पे Charcha, our first stop is going to be Temps, of course.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a question which I ask almost everyone. Which coffee do you like? Do you prefer Temps? Do you prefer McDonald's? Anything else?
I usually go to Tim's.
Uh-huh.
Sometime only I go to McDonald's. It depends on how you are habituated. From the beginning, I go to Tim Hortons, and
Mm-hmm.
the coffee is awesome. I don't drink sugar,
Oh,
so I just take
so it's just black coffee?
no, not
without.
just milk. A couple of milk
Uh-huh.
and a medium size. I usually take it.
Okay.
Just because people have preferences. If you put sugar in coffee, you lose the actual taste of coffee.
That's debatable, but so was it like this even before you came to Canada? Or
No, I used to have sugar, but I stopped having direct sugar for like 5 years now.
Oh my God.
When you grow, health issue comes.
Yeah.
So sugar is the main thing that brings health issue
Mm-hmm.
to many people. Salt and sugar. Because I got involved in research for like medical research for many years.
Mm-hmm.
So these things we figured it out.
Okay.
And I was involved in diabetic and heart attack, cancer research.
Mm-hmm. So it's a
Clinical
long way from medical research
Mm-hmm.
to now helping immigrants to settle over here.
Yeah.
How did that go about?
Canada is not easy as you think. You need to jump from one career to another career. So most of the newcomers, new settlers, they come here, they have to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't find the job they wish to have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really tough competition here. When you come in the beginning, you won't have references to refer you to the job.
Yeah. Of course.
And your language is also poor. You can't speak, or you may speak, but you may not understand. It's cultural things.
Okay, I've got a very intriguing question which I have in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I've met a lot of Nepalis over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen two distinctions between Nepalis. So one kind of Nepalis have this very Nepali kind of accent. Like you can just figure out that they are coming from Nepal, right? Even when they speak Hindi or they speak English, they have a certain accent.
Yeah.
And the other kind are completely like have Canadian accent.
Yeah.
I would not be able to figure out, or anyone else would not be able to figure out that they are from Nepal and they came just now. So what's the difference? Why is the difference?
Education system, maybe. Well, there are two types of education. People go to private residential boarding school back home.
Yeah.
They have a proper English accent.
Okay.
So people who studied in, for example, I studied in government school.
Yeah.
Where we learned ABCD at class 4.
What?
Yeah. So
were you learning Nepali before that?
yeah.
Okay.
So obviously our accent is different.
Yeah.
We learned English, the proper English from class 7 or 8.
Yeah, I get that, but even in India, there's a large, vast majority of schools. Like there are government schools and there are really rich kind of schools where rich kids go, right?
Yeah.
But I have never seen anyone speaking in that kind of accent. That doesn't exist in India.
Yeah. That's
So it's just the Indian accent with a little bit of dialect because of the region where you're coming from. But that is actually good.
Maybe, yeah, because obviously people have in Nepal there are some schools where they teach you proper English.
Okay, here we are. So what would you like to have?
A medium coffee, 2 milk.
Can I have one medium coffee, 2 milk?
Okay.
And one small dark roast regular?
Okay.
That's gonna be it, thank you.
So now the second question, how I came into immigration.
Yeah.
So when we came here, there were a lot of skilled worker came in. Then who were left behind, and they keep asking, oh, how to come to Canada? What is the best way to come? You have been there for so long, you should know it, and blah, blah.
Yeah.
But we were busy in work. We had no time to focus on how people would come here.
Yeah.
I lately knew in 2014, 2015 that the ways people are coming. And then I thought this might be a business niche for a person like me. And then I started researching a little bit how these things work, and I figured it out the way. Now I'm here in the position where I can help people immigrate in Canada in different way. So thank you for the coffee.
You too. Officially beginning the podcast now. And you were telling me about how you found that a lot of people need help to come to Canada or whatever guidance that they needed. So please continue.
Many people they know how to, what is the procedure, what to come and what to do next. They know on the knowledge base.
Yeah.
But on actual thing, what is the step they need to take? They don't know. So many people talk about express entry. Oh yeah, you need to have your certain points and then you apply and you get it.
Yeah.
But that is their knowledge. So how would you do these things? Many people don't know. So they need help. So obviously we'll help them.
So summarizing it all, immigration is a very complex issue, and apart from the general, this pathway, that pathway, like a layman person like me would know, like French and this and that and spousal visa.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that general people do not know about, and
many.
That's where you
even the learned people, even the educated people, even people who already applied Australia or USA or UK or any other country, they may not know the particular pathway or particular section of immigration procedure. So these people need help, and then we are always there to help them. For a fee, without a fee, depending on the situation. So it's challenging too, but it's I love this job because to solve some issues technically, tactically, in a policy level, it's good.
That's actually nice because a lot of people won't be able to say that they love their job, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you're also helping your community at the same time, actually making a difference in the society. And this is probably one of the biggest dreams of people who wanna settle down here, right? I mean, for people like me who are on work visa or a study permit, getting a PR or getting a citizenship is the biggest thing in life right now.
Number one question, you said people don't like their job. People hate their job because they take it as a job. But me, I take my job as a career.
Yeah.
So if that is your dream career, if you want to enjoy and make your life on it, so obviously you have interest on it, you want to dig down to the bottom and then help people. Second thing, when there are very complex situations where the application is going to get failed, or there is no other pathway, and then when we jump in and make the correction wherever is necessary and then submit the application, they get successful result. So whenever the outcome is successful, it's you can't say in words how emotional or how important those decisions are. So one bad move ruin your life, destroy you, and one good move will get you in track. So always you need to keep your sharp eye on those things.
I think I relate to it a lot because when I applied for a study permit for Canada in 2021, I started studying at Fanshawe College, London. So studying for 1.5 months online because it was COVID time, my study visa got rejected. And the sole reason for that was the agent that I hired, because I do not know anything about immigration, right? So I just wrote down something as my SOP that this is me and whatever. And I didn't mention that I intend to come back or, whatever is required. And my agent just took it from me and then submitted it. So obviously my study permit application got rejected. And because of that, I lost 2 years. Because I had to come here after 2 years. I lost 1 semester of my fee as well. So that was around 5-6 lakhs. It was a huge amount for me. So it was a huge blow. I was really sad about it, and I started questioning my decisions as a professional.
What I would say is that in this point, even if professionals charge little more money, or maybe the exact amount what they charge, it worth spending, or at least not spending, at least taking the advice what to do. Like paying for their consultation and then ask questions like what should we do in that situation. I have a recent case. The student came here, they studied, and they finished in last year December 15. They finished their study, and then their study permit was valid up to March 31 or something like that.
This year?
2024 March.
2024, okay.
So they thought our study permit is valid and we have up to 6 months to apply PGWP. They apply on March 28, 29, thinking that they are still valid in their status. But technically they did not understand that your study permit gets voided when 90 days of your completion of study is passed. So they did not pay their restoration fee. They simply applied PGWP. Now PGWP got rejected. And the spouse who was coming together, she also got rejected. They tried to restore their status, but there was no restoration time because 6 months had already passed.
6 months? They waited 6 months?
For the result, yes. And because immigration thought that would be a complicated case. So then they tried to apply for reconsideration, and then they came to us. And we helped them out for reconsideration for the principal applicant. But the associate applicants had to apply for visitor visa. So now recently the government changed that you cannot apply from visitor to work. So they are in trouble now. So visitor to work is not possible. So she has to go back, and husband has to have a job in higher tier like 0, 1 and 2 in selected occupations. So the chances they would remain together in Canada until they get permanent residence is very, very slim. So if you don't leave, enforcement action will be taken against you. So it's difficult. So even if for a minor decision related to immigration, you need to have a proper consultation with someone. There are only people say that there are only two things that you need to be careful in Canada.
Yeah.
One with the CRA,
Yeah.
Canada Revenue Agency, and
Yeah.
another is
NRCC.
immigration. Yeah. These two departments are,
Yeah.
they really follow their rules.
Okay, so let's go back to when you started your career as an immigrant. How did you get your first client? Since then, how many people have you been able to successfully kind of immigrate or help out?
Okay. I had no job in between 2015 2016.
Yeah.
Then I found an immigration consultancy office in Mississauga.
Yeah.
So I requested them. They hired me as a part-time worker.
Okay.
And then they did not give me much work. They just asked me to do like arranging the papers, files, registering clients,
Okay.
making schedules, like a receptionist type job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the way people are asking, the way people are coming into the office and seeking help, I got an inspiration that, oh yeah, this is the way how people are doing it. Then I became full-time there. I joined the college.
Yeah.
I got my license. So in the COVID time, I opened this office, and then I started from there. So from that time till now, we have I don't remember, maybe 3,000 and above applications.
3,000 and above.
Yeah, so
okay, that's a lot.
so this 2024.
How many years? 3-4 years?
5 years now.
5 years and
Yeah.
3,000 plus applicants.
Yeah. So now, to your surprise, this year only we held 1,600 applications.
Oh wow.
So I don't know how many will get success, how many will be failure, but we have a lot of applicants coming in.
So can you tell me which countries are most of the people from who come to you?
We have Chinese clients,
Okay.
majority Vietnamese clients. We are some Indian clients. Many clients are from Middle East, from Saudi Arabia, Jordan,
Okay.
UAE, Qatar, and those kind of things. And South American, Mexican, and South American clients are there, and we have some African clients. So it's
Okay.
all over the world. If I have to share a majority, I would say Chinese and Vietnamese.
Chinese and Vietnamese.
Yes. We also helped a lot of Nepalese to immigrate to Canada.
So most of the people are coming as students right now.
They are coming as
After graduation or after 12?
after graduation. We don't take students from grade 12. After
What?
12,
What's the reason behind
the
it?
reason behind is that way. As I said, we look the future prospect. How would they become permanent residents?
Cool.
Very important thing is that if you have to borrow money
Yeah.
from someone
Okay.
just to come to Canada and study, don't do it. It's a black hole. You'll never pay it off. So if your parents have money and then you have a good financial situation, then choose for 4-year course. So I brought bunch of people in 4-year degree, like in law, in healthcare, in business, and those kind of things. 95% of students, they dropped the course because
What? 95?
yes, because they had no real money when they come here. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they borrowed probably from someone, or their parents arranged it,
Loan, whatever.
loan
right?
or whatever,
Yeah.
education loan. They came here. Now, if you have a 4-year degree or 3-year degree course, you really don't have time to work because there is assignment, there is another
Yeah,
assignment coming, there are another
yeah,
course coming,
yeah.
presentation coming, and a lot.
Yeah.
Now, you have to work,
Yeah.
pay your rent,
Yeah.
you have to work for your fee,
Yeah.
you have to work to get to your workplace,
Yeah.
and a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you don't have time to complete your assignment. So what you gonna do? So you either fail and then restart the course again,
Wow.
or you change the college. So many of these people, they switch
Switch
the
their
college.
course.
They switch the college to diploma course and then
Yeah.
started their career. Don't come in the city, please, guys. You have to go to the rural area. College is in Nova Scotia, college in New Brunswick, outside Greater Toronto area, outside Greater Vancouver area. You will grab more opportunities for your future PR pathway.
All right. So I had some questions from my audience, and I would like to ask those from you.
Sure.
The first question, which is a very hot topic right now, is what do people do whose work permit going to expire in 2025 or 2026?
If you still have 1 year of work permit left and you have some sorts of experience,
Yeah.
you keep your eye on immigration pilot projects. Pilot projects are comparatively easier to get your PR pathway.
So one pilot project which I know about is Francophone mobility program. Which
Yeah.
are the other ones?
Yes, there are RCIC program recently announced, Rural Community Initiatives.
Yeah, I heard about it.
There is REID or some other program. They have a limited intake of 200 people on each community. Alberta Rural Renewal Stream. There are RNIP became no more pilot, it became permanent.
Okay.
And then there are other pilot program like Atlantic Immigration Pilot that became now permanent. You can look into that one. Provincial nominations programs are there.
Yeah.
So you have to hit those areas. So if you have a car, for example, you have only 1 year left or 1.5 year left.
Yeah.
If you drive or if you have a car, just go to those areas. Get connected with the employment agency.
Okay.
And try to get job there. And then, try to build your career in those areas. So that's relatively easier.
So what you are trying to say is like for people living in Toronto, if study permit, work permit is going to expire in 2025, 2026, they should go to probably Sudbury. I think that is one of the areas.
Yeah, there are a lot of 10 or 12 rural areas in Ontario.
And try to find a job over there. Work there for 1 year.
1 year. Or there are some programs where 1 year job is not required. You can carry over your experience from Toronto to those area and continue working, and then apply for permanent residency.
Okay.
There are some programs like Nova Scotia, in-demand occupations in Nova Scotia, express entry.
Yeah.
They don't. If you have 1 year experience related to the field, you can go there and then apply for permanent residency once you get the job offer.
Okay, so for someone whose work permit is going to expire in 2025, IELTS score, CRS is maxed out. They are still within the range of 500 to 510. If, let's say, the work permit expires in April or March or May, what is the next step?
Okay, the best solution is that each cases are individually assessed, but if you don't have foreign work experience and you have like 510 or 515 or 500 or let's say 490, it's better you go back home, work 1 year, and you earn 50 points from that.
I think you were also talking about some extension of some kind or visitor visa.
Yeah,
is that a possibility to? I mean, if you can just apply for a extension.
Okay, yeah, you can apply for a visitor acre too within Canada, just to remain in Canada, but you cannot work.
Coming to experience, I also came to know about if you are still here in Canada, but you were working virtually in, let's say, your own country, you can also apply. I mean, prove that you were working in.
Yeah, so that is also IRCC recently announced a month before that if you have an online job and working for other countries other than Canada, you still can count your experience under this skilled worker category. So you can do that one if you get an online job.
Let's say for someone like me, I can think of a social media marketer role right now. I can work for some company in India while I'm here studying or doing whatever, and that will be counted, right?
Yes, that will be counted.
So that is a good idea, guys. If someone can do that, I mean,
many people ask about how French can help to get my PR.
Okay, so I'll share my own example. All right.
Okay.
So I came to know about this Francophone mobility program, French program, last year, and then I started studying for it. I am on A1 level right now, 4 months, 5 months into it. I think it takes around 1 year to get to CLB 7. But I know that even if I get CLB 5, I can extend my permit through that.
Yes, that's correct.
So do you think that
is also a doable thing if you are focusing to extend your work permit under Francophone mobility? The requirement is really easy. If you have a CLB 5 or 4 or 5 in
speaking and listening,
then any employer can offer you a job. It's LMI exemption. You don't need to go through LMI pathway. So you have to prove that you have a French ability. And then it's a simple and convenient way to extend your work permit.
What are some of the in-demand occupations that the government always talks about?
There are various in-demand occupations. The most highlighted ones are like home support worker, meat cutter, agriculture worker, like construction, trades. Trade means like a plumber, electrician, those kind of thing, like a carpenter, drywall installer, marble mason, those kind of trades. So in-demand occupations are apart from trades, but they are in the like lower tier. But there is always a demand for those occupations.
Okay.
And then it's the easiest pathway in Ontario or in any other province. Many provinces have this categories.
So is it a separate category?
It's a separate category.
Has a lower score?
Yes. So the lower scores are not in the federal system.
Okay.
They are provincially calculated, and then these are provincial nomination programs. So you have to go through province and then apply for permanent residency under non-express entry system.
Very popular question right now is for couples, because the rules of spousal work permit have changed a lot. What are your views about that?
Yeah, so far in Canada, applicants are not that much affected by this rule.
Okay.
Who are already in Canada, and then you as your spouse has a less work permit because of the passport validity, or because there are something they came late and then she has less time work permit. She can extend, or he can extend as a spouse until the principal applicant's work permit expires. But if you are applying a spousal open work permit from outside Canada, then the tough time is there.
Changing provinces was a huge fashion, or I would say necessity, in the previous years. But do you think that it makes any sense now?
Changing province also should have some logic behind it.
Okay.
So you have to look into what kind of job you are doing there. Which category are you going to fall? Is there prospective employment you're looking for, or somebody is hiring? If those things are there, then it's better you move the province. If not, then just it's a fashion. So just changing the province doesn't make you permanent residents. So changing the province, securing the particular job, and then applying makes life easier. But it's every province has their own limitations.
Earlier, what used to happen was that people just used to come to Canada and then figured out what to do, right? Because now the rules are much more tougher. Do you think a plan of 5 to 6 years is necessary, all the way from choosing a college, choosing a course, choosing the province in which you are studying the course, and then the career option that you're gonna go through, and then finally becoming a PR?
Before even you think about coming to Canada as a student or as a worker, you need to have a proper plan. What next, and what if that happens? So if you're coming as a student, you need to figure it out. In the current scenario, what would be the outcome? Then if the policy changes in future from this to that, so what would you do? So you should have always a backup plan and an original plan. Now there is another important paradigm shift in Canadian immigration policy. Until recently, the policies were relatively stable. In 2024, there were more than 24 new policy came. Changing this and changing that. So if you are coming to Canada, you are investing for your future. If you are investing, then you have to figure it out, where is your investment? Which sector you are investing, whether there is a profit or not. So just think of it and then plan ahead. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail.
I was about to say that. Okay. So now I'm gonna talk to you about some certain and specific cases. And one of the cases was a friend of mine who's 32, and she did a 2 years course with me in college, and now she has a 3-year work permit. So what do you think the next step should be? Do you think in 3 years she'll get the PR, or does she have to do something extra?
Depending on her personal situation, if she has done at least bachelor's degree back home.
Yes, she has a bachelor's degree. She has 4 years or more of work experience. I think she'll be able to pull off 7 in IELTS.
Okay, so the future is easier if she has those things. She has to work 1 year under certain profession, tier 0, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And she can do 7 overall. Not overall, I would say above 7
Yeah.
in all of the bands in
Okay.
IELTS or CLB 8 or above.
Yeah.
If you count in terms of CLB.
Yeah.
So if she does that one after 1 year of work experience, she will make above 500 CRS score.
Another case that I got to know about, and it's a mixture of actually 4 to 5 cases. This is again the students who came right after 12th. They did a 2 years diploma and now they have 3 years of work permit. So what do you recommend for them?
I strongly recommend to find employment in in-demand occupations if they are in Ontario.
Yeah.
Outside or inside GTA.
Yeah.
I recommend them to get into trade stream.
Yeah.
I recommend them to get a trade skill certificate if possible. In some streams there are possibilities.
Yeah.
And they have to. The person also has to look opportunities in the rural areas where pilot programs are happening.
Yeah.
So these are the recommendations because we cannot put all eggs in same basket.
Yeah.
But depending on his situation, his level of language, his learning capacity,
Yeah.
his work during his study also matters. So if he or she has done some sorts of in-demand occupation work during his study, that will also help moving to other areas where she can secure jobs. So they have to do it because English alone and focusing in express entry, those who did grade 12 and then come here to do 2-year diploma, they will not fall under express entry in any way.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have to choose the provincial nomination pathway.
Yeah.
So they have to focus on those areas of work, in demand, trades, or other pilot programs.
When it comes to immigration, I think another topic which is very hot right now is a lot of people, a lot of influencers saying that you can apply under refugee status if you have nothing else left. What are your views about that?
Refugee is not your choice.
Okay.
So refugees, the regulation is made for refugees, those who fear persecution to the country of origin. If you are coming here, you already came here as a student and studied couple of years, and then you don't see any pathway for future and you want to stay here and you claim a refugee, that's 100% wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because you came from your country and studied over here, you're good.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're trying to say that you are under threat from your country.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. That's a make-up story. So it's not credible.
Yeah.
So you might get a prosecution under Canadian immigration law.
But what are the repercussions of doing this? Let's say I file for a refugee case and eventually they find out that it was all a lie. Will I get punished for that?
You get refused. If you get refused, you have to leave your country.
So you have to leave Canada. And I have also seen in a lot of applications wherein it asks if you have refused for any status like PR or refugee. So if I get rejected for the refugee case from here, I cannot even think about going to Australia or UK or some other country. Right?
That's correct, because there are information sharing countries. You have to tell the truth, not I applied refugee in Canada or I applied refugee in USA.
Okay.
Then you are limiting your opportunities to travel to other countries.
I think if you're so hell-bent on remaining in Canada and becoming a citizen or whatever, there's 100% surety that you cannot go back to your country and settle over there, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well want to keep the other options open.
Yeah.
Because refugee status is, there's a high chance that it's gonna be rejected. And if it gets rejected, then you cannot even go to other countries. So it's better not to apply.
Not to apply. Not recommended at all.
I am also curious about some people who I find on the streets and they're from not they look like they're not from Canada, they're not Canadians, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think about them, if they were on a study permit or a work permit or on whatever permit, is it possible for them to become a PR or a citizen when they cannot even afford a living?
Then humanitarian applications are very exceptional cases.
Okay.
Every case cannot be humanitarian.
So it is not a pathway. You're just talking about certain people who are suffering over here.
Yeah.
Let's say they somehow got here,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
they have no one to look after them, and they have
Yeah.
no financial aid as well.
Yeah. So I can give you an example. We had a student. She came in 2014.
Okay.
She studied until 2016.
Yeah.
She had a 3-year work permit.
Mhm.
She completed that one. She missed couple of express entry thing,
Mhm.
and then she was qualified, but she missed. And then she tried to maintain her status on work permit. She did, but got refused.
Mhm.
She got cheated by someone and got into marriage, and she got a baby, but the boy left. Then she had to keep the baby.
Mhm.
She had to do the work. Because of those all stress, she became mental, and then she went to the these
Yeah.
shelter homes.
Yeah.
So child was taken away by some agencies, childcare agencies, and
Yeah.
she was living in shelter.
Yeah.
And then at that time she came to our office and we advised to apply for an agency.
Yeah.
So she got accepted
Mm.
because the circumstances were in her life were unique.
Yeah.
She was suffering and it's beyond her control.
Yeah.
So because of that one, she got permanent residency.
Yeah. Okay, I've got one more question.
Yeah.
What is the one thing that you should absolutely not get involved in if you want to get a PR in Canada? One that I know is don't drink and drive.
So you are correct. Absolutely don't involve in any dispute. And don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
I was watching another video.
Yeah.
One person was suggesting 5 things you don't do in Canada.
Yeah.
One, don't look after others' women.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Don't steal.
Yeah.
And then be truthful. And then I forget the 5th one.
Okay.
Absolutely, you don't drink and drive. You
Yeah.
don't involve in any fight.
Mhm.
You don't cheat. You don't steal.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, don't get into record
Yeah.
the police.
Of any kind. Especially in these times where the IRCC officials are very strict. So, do you think that after getting an ITA, someone should go to a professional and apply to a professional? Is it more important now than ever?
I would recommend that one because the onus is on applicant to prove that whatever they declare in their expression of interest is true, correct,
Yeah.
and it is valid in law.
Mhm. Yeah.
Don't make any mistake in your application.
Mhm.
So as I told you, we had a case. He had to submit the photo after the portal was requested for PR.
Yeah.
He submitted photo which was rejected. He did not check for 15 days.
Oh.
He got another email that, hello gentlemen, your photo doesn't meet the requirement, please submit it.
Okay.
And then he also missed that email.
Oh my God.
Then eventually they gave him an opportunity
Mhm.
to submit the final one.
Yeah.
Again he missed the 3rd one and his PR
What was he
application
doing?
cancelled. I have no idea what was he doing. Simple mistake will deteriorate your future. Shatter your parents' dream. It shatters your dream.
Mhm.
So don't do a single mistake
Yeah.
to get it done in a proper way. So have one person's opinion
Mhm.
and then have a second person's opinion too, because always do a cross check.
Yeah.
Make sure that everything is correct and true.
Yeah.
So then only submit it. If there are like some issues, like even scanning issues, translation issues,
Yeah.
like stamping issues, those kind of things,
Mhm.
make sure that they are properly done. Submissions are properly written. If there are exceptional circumstances, you have to apply why this is so.
Mhm.
So then submit it.
Yeah.
If you do this in a proper way, IRCC will not ask you any further questions. So you don't have to give your file to somebody else.
Yeah.
But just get a consultation.
Yeah.
Get a proper consultation. Ask questions in details. Even if you have to pay a couple of $100,
Yeah.
don't be too greedy.
Yeah.
This is not the time to be greedy.
Especially now. I
Especially
think
now.
especially now because
Yeah.
the IRC officials are so strict right now.
Yeah.
The rejections are coming along the way. They are just deporting people, just checking for cash jobs and everything.
Yeah.
Very strict.
Yeah.
And there's overall a sense of, sending immigrants back to their countries
Yeah.
as well. So I think it's really
It's
much
really
more
important.
important right now.
It's really
You spend thousands of dollars, probably $40,000, $50,000, just to come here, settle over here, spend 3-4 years, and then when the opportunity arises, just because you don't wanna spend another couple of $1,000, $2,000-3,000, whatever, you risk it all.
yeah.
Risk all those $50,000, $60,000, right?
Exactly.
And it isn't worth it.
No, not at all.
So I think that right now, guys, it's very, very important that you at least consult a professional and then you go forward with your application. All right, Mr. Ram, it was very informational talking to you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I hope that I get some good news as well for my own case soon.
First, I would congratulate you got an ITA, and we have an opportunity to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'm really feeling good. I'm pleasant.
Yeah.
Pleasant feeling to have a conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
Your personality, the way you ask questions are really good. So
Thank you.
I will wish you all the successful, bright future, and thank you for having us in your channel, in your whatever social media marketing
Yeah.
campaign. So it's nice.
I think the feelings are mutual because I'm also passionate towards helping people in any way I can, be it consulting for whatever small knowledge, a little knowledge that I have. And I think that you are doing a great job because not only are you doing a business, but you're helping people, hundreds of people, thousands of people realize their dream, their biggest dreams of settling here in Canada as a PR or a citizen, or helping them in their journey. So I think that is a really big deed that you're doing to them.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I sometimes come to the office
Yeah.
and open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I find a letter with a card and a couple $100 underneath the door.
Yeah.
The clients leave it with thank you, Mr. Ram, for your help. And that is the great feeling when you see that in the morning. People do this one, so absolutely nice thing.
Guys, that was it for this episode of Tips for Charcha. If you found it informational, do give it a like. And if you have any questions or queries regarding immigration, you can contact Arctic Immigration. They are located in Brampton. Do not forget to follow me on my social media handles, Lad from the Hills. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye till then.